Okay, in today's video I'll be putting together a computer. In this case, the computer I will be putting together is an i7-13700KF LGA 1700 base computer, basically, with the ASUS Prime B760 Plus motherboard. This is the first time I made a video about building a computer from scratch, but I've done it many times, and I will be showing you how to do this on video. Depending on the type of motherboard that you have, sometimes you may need brass mounting screws like these. On this motherboard you don't need this. This is not necessary. And the way you know how many of those brass standoffs that you have to mount is by looking at your motherboard. So in this case there's 9 of them. This is a full ATX case that shows you on the here for ATX. It's basically all of them, all 9. For a micro ATX, I think it's this, and this. That's for a micro ATX case. And there's one there as well. And another one there. So you need to use the brass standoffs for a micro ATX case. For ATX case, I do not have to use that. If you have to use that, then you have to use something called a nut bit, like this. You could put it in here like this and screw it in. Whoops, sorry about that. Brass is magnetized. You just put it in here and mount it in. Just screw it in until it's nice and firm. But I don't have to use any for my installation because my case doesn't require it for an ATX motherboard. So let's begin. So the first thing you must do is you need to put the I/O shield. The way I'm going to find out how I can install this is by looking at my motherboard here. I'm going to try to find a way how I can align it. Where'd I put that I/O shield? Oh, there it is. It's on the bottom. Okay, so it goes in this way, I think. The way that's aligned. So I'm going to get that in here, actually. So I'm just going to push it in until it's nice and flush. Okay, now that's firmly in, I think. Like I said, I don't need any standoffs for this case. For other cases, you will have to probably use brass standoffs or something. For this case, I do not have to use that. It all depends on the case. I'm going to get it in, align it, and put some screws in here to put it firmly in place. Okay, that's good. Now I have to use some screws to tighten it, to get it in. I'll be using these screws here. I think these are case screws or something. I have a lot of these from back in the day. I used to build computers back in the 1990s. Had a small business doing that back in the 1990s. So I built thousands of computers. Okay. 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 Okay, so all 9 part in pretty good. Okay, so that next thing I want to do is I want to install the CPU, yes. So let's open this up, get rid of that. So let me get the CPU out. Let me get my knife. Get my box cutter knife to cut that out. Okay, so yes, here's a seal. Let's remove that seal. Oops. Okay, let me put this away. And then put it in. That away. Let's see. See how this goes in. Should be similar to the i7-100KF. Let's see how this goes in. There's a latch like that. Okay, good. It goes in one way. As you can see, you see a triangle right there. I have to find out where that triangle piece is. Maybe I can find it in this way. Just like that. I think that's the triangle part. Right there. Here it is. Triangle part there. Okay, as you can see, it went like that. Triangle right there, and the bottom left corner. Let me put this camera there. Get it in. Yeah, it shows the triangle thing right here, as you can see right there on there. So that's correct. Now we just get it in and tighten it basically like that. So this thing retains the CPU basically, and I need to install the bracket for my CPU heatsink fan. I'm using this. I will leave all the stuff in the video description below if you're interested in building a computer like this for yourself. And let's start mounting the thing. First I want to find out the orientation on how I should be mounting this. Okay. I don't think it matters, because we have all four sides, as you can see, one here, one there, vertically, horizontally. It doesn't matter which way you mount it, which is a good thing. And for this one, it comes with 4 of these things here, and 4 of these things here. I think it just goes in one way. Let me show you how it goes in. As you can see, this part here goes like this. Goes in just one way. Okay. First I gotta align it. Okay, then I put in this pin and push it in so it stays. Like that. And I do this to all 4 of them basically. I like to do it diagonally like this, and again here. Okay, there we go. Another one. Okay, that's in. Okay, good. Next one. Okay, good. That's in, and I got one more to go. Try to figure this out. Alright. I'll try to hook it in there. It does require some force to get it in. Damn, it's a lot. Okay, now it's in. Good. Okay, that's firmly in there. So what you do is you hook it into one area, and then you push down on the other side and hook it into the other one. So that's how you do it. This requires some force. No, I can't put the RAM in there. Damn. Shoot. Hope the RAM's not too tall. Let me see. See how many RAM modules I have here. Okay, so I moved the fan from here to there so I could put in my RAM. This is for the chassis fan, I think. See if I can get that in. See how that goes in. Maybe it goes in that way. Surprisingly little space because this thing is okay. There it went in. That's for the chassis fan. I have to put in the one for the CPU fan as well. Turn that around so you can see it. This motherboard, the CPU fan. Let me check the Motherboard manual. Which one is CPU fan? Number 4. There it is. So it's right here. I don't think it matters which one, you just put it in any one, I think. So that's 4 heads on it. Move around a little bit. I think it's for the 4-pin, yeah. It's the other way. Okay. Okay, that's how it goes in. I have 2 CPU fan things, but I only have 1 cable for it, so that's the one. So for this fan, it's using 2 fans, but it's using 1 connector. Now I have this USB cable. The motherboard connector, okay. Let's put the I/O pins here. It's right there. As you can see, sorry, it's very dark. Put the panels. Let's get the manual again, see where these pins go. So here they are. Speaker, hard drive LED, power LED, reset switch. I think that's all there is. There's another, the power switch as well. Okay, so let me get that in. I think I need a flashlight or something. My eyesight's not very good. I can't see very well in the dark. So I'll get those in and I'll show you after, okay? So they go in right there where you see my flashlight flashing. Okay, so let me explain to you how the power cables go in. As you can see here, this is a speaker. You see a little arrow here. That means it's positive. The red is positive and the black is negative. That's ground. So this is positive, this is negative. So you just align it with the motherboard. For, let's say, speaker. Ground is, like I said, negative. So this cable would go in this way, exactly like this. Not the other way, because like I said, the negative is here, the negative is there, so you want the negative on the left side, so it would be going in this way. So I'll be plugging it all in just like that, okay? Okay, in this motherboard, there's a few other connectors you need to connect. You need to connect the USB. For me, my USB 2.0 is, I have a USB 2.0, so I connected to one of these, and number 10, as you can see. And I already connected it. Number 10 is USB 2.0 header. And I have an audio thing. That would be number 15 right there, which I also connected. Front panel audio header, as you can see, it goes in just one way. It's from your case to your motherboard. It's a connector from your case to your motherboard. That's pretty much it. That's all I had to connect there, and now I have to put in the power supply. And I'll do that next. Here it is. This is my power supply. So I'll be getting it in. It's a modular power supply. As you can see, it comes with these cables. Okay, so I want to mount the power supply into the computer, so here. I'm gonna mount it in this way, I think. Goes in just one way, I think. Okay, it goes in like that, so let me. Okay, so now we mounted the power supply. Okay. That's in. Now let me get the power connectors in. First, the 24 pin goes in there, I think. Here's the clip thing. Make sure you connect it together like that and push it in. Okay, that's in. That's 24 pin ATX. There's one more, I think. Okay, now I'll put in the power thing. So I should have done it first. Okay, now it's in. So I'll just put the power supply unit back in, and that's it for that. Okay, so now I'll be installing the RAM. As you can see in this RAM chip, one side is longer than the other. This left side is longer than the right side, so you have to match that to your where you put the RAM right here. I think the way it goes in is it's every other one. So the one here, as you can see, and you put one there. So here and here. If you want to put it in this black one, it's black, black. You don't put it parallel like this, like here and there. That's all you have to do for the RAM. So I'm going to put it in there. It goes in this way, like that. And then you just match it, align it, and push it in. It should just go right in. Not much force should need to be applied, basically. So here's the next RAM right here. As I said, it goes into gray and gray. And we'll make sure that's right. So I don't want to put it in the wrong way and break something. Okay. Longer, shorter. Okay. So RAM just goes in just one way. Very simple. This one is a little bit harder to distinguish because it looks almost the same, but one side is definitely longer than the other. Okay, good. Next thing I want to put in is the M.2 NVMe SSDs. Here I have one. I want to put two in there. So let me turn it around a little bit so you can see better. Okay, let me try to put the M.2 NVMe in. Here it is. Okay, that's one, that's in. Next one I want to get in is on the opposite side. Like that. I'll get the next one now. Use a magnetic screwdriver like this. Try to get it in. You don't have to tighten it too hard, just make sure it's on there nice and firm. That's all. Okay, that's good. So now I want to put the chassis fans, the fan thing in. Okay, I got the first one in. And I have another one, so 2 chassis fans. 2 fan things. And another one here. There's another one here. Fortunately, I have enough fans. Fan connectors, 3-pin or 4-pin fan connectors. Okay, that's in. 3-pin, 4-pin is for the 4-pin is for the CPU, 3-pin is for the fan. Okay, that's good. So now I'll put the graphics card in, or GPU. Make sure you unscrew the stuff first. Like here. You unscrew these so you could mount your graphics card. Yeah. Goes in pretty easily, just like this. Just align it and just put it in. Goes in just one way. Make sure it's aligned and just push it right in, just like that. Simple. It's really hard to do on camera. If you're not doing it on camera, it should be pretty easy, but camera could be a little bit iffy sometimes. Okay, that's it for that. So that's it. I just fastened the screws in, and that's basically it, pretty much. Let me get some screws. Next, just fasten the screws in like I did here. And now the GPU is secure by fastening it in here. And now that's pretty much it. It should be ready to go. Just put the cover on and just install the operating system next. So now I'm going to turn the computer on and get into the BIOS. That's what I'm going to do. For me, it's F2 to get into the BIOS. And there's a setting that I have to set before I can do anything. Go to advanced mode. Make sure it's on advanced. Right now it's on advanced mode. Go to boot. This is the first thing you have to do to be able to do anything. You need to go into boot CSM compatibility support module, and you must enable this, which I did. And these are the default settings for it. And that's pretty much it. And the next thing you have to do is you need to insert a USB flash drive with Windows 10 or Windows 11 on it. I'm going to be using Windows 11 to install. That's the operating system I will be installing, okay? So I'm just going to exit, save changes, and reset. And I'm going to be booting into my Windows next. Now I'm on this screen. Select your country and language. Install now. I don't have the key right now, so just bypass that. I'm going to use Windows 11 Home. You could select the one that you want. And it gives me this error message. To get past it, we gotta press Shift F10, type in reg edit, go to key local machine, go to system, go to setup, right here, select new key, we'll select we'll call it lab config. Go to modify here, select one, create new, create dword32 value, bypass secure boot, check. Go here, modify, change hexadecimal value from 0 to 1. Go here, new, dword32 bit, bypass TPM, check. Right click here, modify 1. For me, I have TPM on this, so it's not, I don't have to do this, but for you, you may have to do it. I'm just going to show you that I don't have to, but mine is going to work without TPM bypass. And I'll show you that right now. For you, it may be different, so you may have to use that. Select next. I should be able to install it now. It gives me this licensing agreement. You have to agree to it or you can't use it. So custom install. I want to install it on here. So format that. You can select whatever drive you want to install it on, and after this should be able to use Windows. It's going to take maybe, I don't know, 15 to 30 minutes depending on the speed of your USB device and how fast it's transferring the data to your storage device. So I'll skip through this, you don't have to watch through all of this. Okay, so now I'm back in Windows. There's a couple of things I have to do. The first thing is when you first start up Windows, after you install Windows, you want to let you want to keep the computer on for a couple of hours so that you can get all the updates. But there are some updates you have to get manually. For example, the motherboard and the GPU. Those are the only two that you have to get. Let's get started. Also about Windows activation. Well, first I'll be talking about the drivers. This is my motherboard's website. This is my motherboard model right here. ASUS Prime B760 Plus. So I go to support here and I download the drivers for Windows 11, which I have on my computer. The LAN is working. It worked when I installed Windows, so I don't have to install that. I don't have to download and install that, but I do have to get the one for the chipset. Audio is working, so I don't need the audio. You could get the audio if you want and install it. Utilities, I don't think you need. SATA, I would get this and install it. I'll tell you what I did install, and I installed Intel Rapid Storage Technology, which I installed. VGA, this processor does not have integrated graphics. This is a i7 13700KF. The KF model does not have integrated graphics. I'm just using my GPU for that. The audio, you could download that. It's optional. Chipset, you need. LAN, I don't need. You could download these and install it. Next thing I need is my GPU's driver, which is mine is a Geforce RTX 3060. So I select this one. I select the model, which is the RTX 3060 for Windows 11. Go here, and I just download it and install it. That's it. And another thing, if you want to activate Windows, then you can and you should activate Windows, by the way. You can get the Windows keys here. I purchased mine here. Windows 11 Home. This is the one that I purchased. You could just buy it here, and after they process your order, they will give you a link to get the key, and you just go here after you get the key. This one, I'm sorry. Try something else. Activation setting shows that mine is active. You could enter your key, change key here, and paste it here, and then next and next, and you should be able to activate your Windows after you purchase it. And I activated mine, as you can clearly see that my Windows 11 Home is activated. And that's pretty much all you have to do to get your computer running. I did put a themes on here. I will show you how to do that. It's quite simple. Just go to here. Just go to settings. Go to personalization. Go to background. And you just browse a picture. And you could just put in whatever you want. Let's say I want to put that as my picture. I could do that. Or the one that I had before. this one. Put it back to that, and you can change that setting if you want. If you want the desktop icons here, like I did, I like to have my desktop icons on my desktop. So you could do that after you activate Windows. Here it is. See where that is exactly. Themes, I think. Desktop icons. These are the ones that I can enable here. As you can see, what I enabled. Control panel, recycle bin, computer and network. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you could leave it in the comment section below, and I'll leave all the links on where you could get everything on the video description below. Thank you for watching.